Have you noticed some significant shift in your relationship? Or maybe even some people are just leaving you out of a sudden, or you leaving some of your deepest relationship, like going through a legal separation or a divorce or a friendship that is certainly falling apart. Are you on the spiritual path? Are you awakening spiritually? So beloved, don't be surprised, because it is the nature of spiritual awakening. And in this video, we're going to look into what are the three key major reasons that's causing that, and what are the remedy, because we human beings are natural social being. Relationship is at the fundamental core of who we are, to love, to share, to cherish and nurture each other. And so there's no need for you to suffer unnecessarily. So stay tuned and pay close attention, because I will impart some fundamental solution and remedy. You don't have to suffer, beloved, unnecessary. And as a matter of fact, let's demystify that, because this has been going on around for too long. I get so many questions from disciples that do you need to be alone to be on this spiritual path when you're awakening? No, absolutely not. It is the most phenomenal blessing that can happen into your life. And you certainly don't want to be isolated, because it can be so painful and so devastating going through this alone. And I have heard so many stories, no need to suffer. And because this is where you need the full support in a time of phenomenal spiritual awakening. So, and spiritual guidance too, because you can make so many mistakes and not understanding and feeling in the darkness of the soul while there is no light. This is the time to bring the light into your life. So what are those three major key points? Why is that is causing this shift in relationship? Number one is you are awakening, right? But number one is that the karmic structure, your karma, everyone has a karmic structure, is falling off. The false sense of self is falling off. Those ego identification that you have accumulated and carry on, the conditioning, all of this is being demolished. What a blessing. It's the greatest blessing, because the false sense of self of who you think you are is not who you are. And that has tremendous impact on the dynamic of your relationship. In key number one is you start questioning your old beliefs. You are looking at old pattern that doesn't serve you. You're looking at the conditioning that has ruled you with puppy string. All of this, you're examining yourself mindfully, consciously, and you're examining also your life. And it has a repercussion on your relationship, because the relationship, the nature of the relationship start changing, and the dynamics start changing. Number two key major point why it's causing such a shift, and it's guaranteed, I forgot to mention, if you're going through a journey of inner exploration and self-discovery and of self-realization, I can guarantee you that you will lose some relationship. It's just the nature. What doesn't serve your higher good, your purpose and alignment with true authentic connection in your life. Take a moment right now before we go to point key number two. I you experiencing that? How are your relationship? Write it in the comment below. Are you suffering alone, unnecessary, and not understanding what's happening? Why are you losing so many friends? Or why is your most fundamental beloved relationship and intimacy is not working? Write it in the comment. Have you lost a lot of relationship? And all of this, the first fundamental point is in awakening is all the healing that takes place, all the abuses and all that. And so write it in the comment, where are you? Are you alone? And what is happening in your relationship? Look at it right now, beloved. Maybe you're not even aware of it, because for most people are not understanding why it's changing fast. So key number 2 is your kundalini, your energy is rising up in the higher chakra. And especially if it hits the Anahata, it is the heart chakra. It opens up a new gate. It's a bridge between earth and infinity. And this is where you start experiencing a lot of new sensitivity and vulnerability. You're changing at a rapid stage. You're transforming, not even changing. At this point, you are transforming. Hey, feeling more vulnerable, more sensitive, and you're asking those big questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Those existential questions, and you're examining your relationship. And some of them you will leave, and this is where a lot of separation and divorce take place. Long relationship fall apart, and you moving on, and you realize those relationships were not working because your energy has moved up and you are really on the speedy way to grow spiritually. Everything's falling apart around you, not just your relationship, but your life. Take a moment now, look at your life. What is happening? Write it down below in the question. Are you feeling lonely? There is no reason for you to suffer unnecessary and feeling lonely. This is a moment where you really need guidance. You need the light to help you see things with clarity. Number 3 major point is this inner transformation is shifting everything about you, your perception, your perspective, your value, your life direction. You've been demolished. And so because it's affecting all of this, all pattern, all belief system that doesn't align you with your true authenticity and your true alignment with your true nature, your divine presence, that your bliss, Satchit Ananda, what Devi talk a lot about. And so, but the beauty of all of this is, before we go through the remedy, is know that some of them will remain. And those are the ones is because these people are willing to grow. They are willing to work with you on a mutual agreement. Well, agreement is not the word, a mutual support. And they are willing to blossom also. And so, again, the other major benefit, the beauty is not only that you can go deeper, you're going through such a deep transformation. Be gentle, compassionate to yourself and to them. And this is part of the remedies. The remedies is, this video will empower you and shed some insight and some realization and some light on what's happening in your life. And I will bring about a deeper understanding. When you agree, and by understanding more, you have more acceptance. You understand, you have more clarity about what's going on, and you might even realize, wow, you were not compassionate to those people maybe who left you, or maybe the one that you might have left. Always leave with mindfulness, consciousness, and deep compassion, because, beloved, I will tell you, it's been my own experience, the other person suffered too. Consciously or unconsciously, they will always suffer, and so are you. You can make this process easier by having open communication. Is so important. Don't keep those hidden agenda. Sit down with this person and be open to listen with unconditional love, and bring that compassion, and ask in return to be lessened with compassion, and come up with mutual support. Regardless if you decide to move on consciously. I will tell you, in my own life story, 25 years of being with my ex-husband, just beautiful human beings. We had a great life together, many big challenges beyond belief, and you can read about it in Becoming the Light, Realize Your True Enlightened Nature, in my major books. Some of you have read it already. It was such an incredible relationship, so challenging, and that's what happened. If one evolves at the speed of light and the other one stay there, it will shake up everything about your life. And but let me give you an example. If a person, let's say you had acquired this identity, like a child woman, just for you female, just to give you, it could be for a male too, like a little bit childish, and suddenly over the year you go through this phenomenal spiritual awakening that brought about a fierce Kundalini ascension, and you have become a realized, enlightened being, and all those false identifications fell away. So if your relationship was based on that with someone after 30 years, it's impossible to be with the same person unless the other person, your spouse, is willing to grow and walk the spiritual path. I have seen it with all my disciples and true followers. It is common, it's guaranteed. But know, beloved, that if the other one is willing to grow, walk the spiritual path together. That's part of the remedy. Do sadhana, spiritual practices, especially Kriya Yoga, like Siddha, Satchit, Kriya, Ananda, meditation, mindful practices. So you rise your energy, you vibrating, because what happened, you energetic field emanate a different energy. So if this other person is not growing also, you're going to push their button all the time. So those are the remedy. With deep understanding will bring about more of acceptance, more clarity, more compassion and divine love in your heart. And then you can sit down and be calm and talk it over and see how you can resolve it. Either you stay together or you leave. And it's true, yeah, I agree. I can hear your mind, your heart say, but Devi Ma, it's impossible. This person is a narcissistic, he's abusing me, and there's no way to talk with this person. I would agree. If there is no hope, this person is abusive, either emotionally or mentally, and you cannot sit down, and it's impossible, then you know what you have to do. But do it in a way that is as conscious and compassionate as you can, and send them love and light, and then move on. And maybe through this process, this person will have a spiritual awakening, or will begin at least, because it's guaranteed that if anyone that goes through a lot of suffering will eventually start bowing down. It brings down to your knee with humbleness. What's happening in my life? So I hope this was valuable to you, and if you do find it valuable, please share it with your friends and your family, because there's so many people suffering on this planet, involuntarily, I get so many questions, and you're not alone. I am here for you. Reach out for spiritual guidance and to come and meditate. I have said it many times, come attend to the in-presence divine satsang via Zoom, which for the first time is an offering. It's free, and I'm here. It is actually part for exclusive for the people who are in Becoming the Light Inner Journey Mastery Program. But it doesn't matter, come and experience it. And this is time to ask a burning question and check out Becoming the Light Inner Journey Mastery Program. It will transform you and change your life. For most people who are willing, who have a longing, and who really want to transform their life. And check out the next video coming up, because that will empower you, raise your vibration, how to be out and rise your vibration so you don't let people affect you. And there is also another upcoming video that will assist you also with how to be more attuned with grace and how to be more in a state of surrender, because ultimately one of the big remedy is when you trust and you have faith and you can really let go and be in a state of surrender because you have gained clarity and acceptance. It will make your journey happier, more joyful, and then focus inwardly and seek spiritual guidance and walk the spiritual path and do Kriya Yoga. That will empower you to a new level and to start experiencing the beauty that you are, your true divine presence.